My name's Jess, I'm the head chef here at Glenardy Road, and today I'm going to show you how to make some recipes from your farm collective for your summer edition. I hope you enjoy all the videos. We're going to start with marinating the lamb shoulder. We've got the Baharat spice, which is in your pack, some dried chili flakes, some salt, some garlic and some rosemary, and you just want to chop these all up, and you really want to marinate them in your lamb, and you can massage them in. You want to marinate it for at least 30 minutes, but preferably overnight or for at least a few hours, but 30 minutes is the minimum. And yeah, you just really want to massage it and get all the flavour through the meat. And then we're just placing the meat onto the skewers. We're using metal skewers so they don't burn. If you do use wooden skewers, just make sure that you soak them for a minimum of 30 minutes beforehand, just so they don't catch fire when you're barbecuing them. Next, we're working on the flatbreads. These are quite a sticky flatbread, so just make sure that you've got oiled up hands, but we're just going to add the yeast to the water to activate it. Put your flours into your mixing bowl, and then you're adding the rest of the ingredients, the salt and the sugar, just giving it a stir through. Then you're adding your olive oil and your yogurt, and now you've got your yeast and water that you're putting in, and you're going to get that ready to mix. Mix it on low speed until it kind of comes together, just so it forms a bit of a dough. You just don't want any of that flour hanging around the outside. It will be quite a sticky dough, so don't be worried. You want to spray out your bowl. I spray my hands in your sprayed out bowl and just give it a little fold, and then you're going to let it rest. Preferably overnight once again, but you can also just rest it on the day. If you rest it overnight, you'll just get more air bubbles and more structure in the dough. So the dough's rested now, and we're just going to cut it into 6 individual balls. You're going to let it prove again after this stage. So you've either left it overnight to rest or you've left it for a couple of hours. So you're going to roll it up into tighter balls, and then you're just going to leave them on the board with the flour to prove. You can put a towel over the top of them just so they don't get any skins on them, and just leave them for about 30 to 40 minutes, and then you'll be ready to barbecue them. We're making our garlic scape oil, and if you don't have garlic scapes in the garden, you can just use regular garlic, and we're just going to add some salt to that, some oil, and you're just going to smash it in a mortar and pestle until all the flavour comes out of that garlic, and then it's ready to use to put onto your flatbreads when you're cooking them. Next is the macadamia tum. So we've got our lightly roasted macadamias. We're going to blitz them in a food processor until they're a nice fine crumb. So we're going to add our yolks now and our honey. This honey's from the farm. We've got some water in there. This will help it not split. And then you're going to microplane some of your garlic into the macadamia tum. Just going to start emulsifying it now. This is slowly pouring in the oil. You're going to add a little bit of water as you go, just so it doesn't split, and then you're going to season it with some salt. This one's got quite a bit of water in it, so it's a bit thinner. If you would like it to be a bit thicker, just add less water. And at the very end, we're going to add some lemon juice to season it with as well. Now that it's at the perfect consistency, just make sure you have a taste of it, add more salt if needed, and lemon juice till desired. It's now time to make the salsa verde. So we're just going to chop all of our herbs. Now you can use any herbs from your garden that you've got growing as long as they're green. Salsa is sauce and verde is green, so just have fun with what you're putting in there, or you can go with what the recipe's put in there. I've just got some spices that I'm putting into the mortar and pestle. You just want to give them a crush to get all that flavour out of them, and they have been toasted previously. Add them to your herbs in the food processor. Add your chili. You can slice the garlic up a little bit. Doesn't matter if it's not sliced enough, because obviously it's going to be blitzed in the food processor. Then you're going to add oil to it, some salt. You can be quite generous with your salt, and a little bit of lemon juice for some acidity at the end. We're going to blend the salsa verde now, just until it comes together into like a nice paste. You don't want to blitz it too much, as you'll lose a lot of that green colour. You want to keep it vibrant, and just make sure you're seasoning it with more lemon juice if it needs, and some more salt if it needs. Scrape down the sides, and then give it another blitz so it all comes together. And that's done. So we're going to do the sweet and sour cucumber now. So we've just got our vinegar and our sugar that we're putting in. You want it to dissolve, so you might want to do this a little bit earlier than when you need it. And your salt, so you're just going to leave that to dissolve for a little bit. While it's dissolving, you can start slicing up your cucumbers into any style or shape that you like. I've kept mine quite chunky. And then you're just going to marinate it in that vinegar, salted sugar for half an hour to 45 minutes. Season it with some salt and pepper, give it a mix, and just leave it till you're ready for it. So once it's been marinated, I just pull it straight out of that vinegar liquid mix with the sugar and the salt, and I just add some really beautiful fresh herbs to it, anything that you've got in the garden, and then I just kind of layer it all up and season it as you desire at the very end. So now that we've gone through all the recipes that you've gotten in your Summer Farm Collective, I am now going to get my husband actually to come and help out to finish off to assemble it all. I am actually going on maternity leave because I'm pregnant, and so he is going to be taking my position at the farm to welcome you for all the next seasons.
Hi guys, yeah, I'm really excited to join the Glenardy team and continue the good work that Jess has been doing here. And hopefully look forward to catching you all on the farm one day.
Now that the flatbreads have been resting, you just want to dust out your surface, and we're just going to roll them really thin. Once they're nice and thin, we're just going to get ready to barbecue them, and I'm going to leave that with Adam.
All right, so guys, now we're going to get ready to cook our flatbreads. We're just going to do them with a little bit of olive oil on each side, just so that they don't stick to the grill. It's important when we're doing this stage that breads only need about 30 seconds each side. You obviously want them to be like cooked on the outside, but you want them to be a bit doughy and soft, so they stay like malleable, and so you can roll your kebab. And then going to add a bit of the garlic oil that Jessica made before. Obviously this will add like a beautiful flavour, and it'll also help keep the breads nice and soft. Now it's time to cook our lamb. We want to get a nice like smoky char on the outside of these. They'll take about 6 to 8 minutes to cook in total. Try and leave yourself a bit of time to focus on these, because with the heavy marinade, you'll need to move them around pretty regularly so they don't get too burnt. And just watch out that it doesn't get too much of the flare. You want to be rotating the lamb about every 30 seconds, just so you get nice even colour and even char on your lamb.
Now we've got all of our elements, we're going to make our flatbread. So we're going to add some macadamia tum to our wonderfully barbecued flatbread. Adam's just going to put some of that lamb onto the flatbread for me. Add your salsa verde. You can be generous with all of your sauces, the more the merrier. I'm going to add the cucumber salad now and just pop that on there so it looks really nice. Season it and roll it up, and you can enjoy your summer barbecue.